Congratulations to you. I've recently perused a document which the UN, as of July 2019, had indicated that the current reimbursement rate of soldiers deployed to go on missions receive about $1,428 per person. In Nigeria, it's about $600. In Kenya, it's about $756. I've indicated, you weren't listening. In Ghana, it's about $435. First of all, do you know about this and what accounts for the differentials? And if at all, what plans do you have to have this resolved? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Not the entirety of the other countries that you mentioned. What I know is we pay $35 daily, and I think the figure per capita is about 1,400 plus. As I've indicated, peacekeeping to countries like Bangladesh, Pakistan, and India is serious business. They use it to finance their army, and I believe that with defense industries taking shape, some of that can go into it. Be rest assured that we are going to take advantage of the wet lease system. To take advantage of it will be to even do some retrospective study on what we have done with the resources that we have received so far. There are complaints about late releases when troops are supposed to even go on mission. These are all matters that we would have to address. It will be a comprehensive process and program. And I believe with your endorsement, if I become the Minister for Defense, I'll come back to Parliament to brief you details about where we are, even regarding equipment, as I alluded to. The Ghana Armed Forces can benefit from equipment. Ghana Armed Forces in Ghana can benefit from the equipment that we procure through the wet lease system. Because all you have to do is to use that equipment for about 3 to 5 years. You can bring them back home, procure new ones, and so long as you are taking advantage of economies of scale. Have we gotten to a point where maybe we will have to do some joint procurements? The police procures, army does same. Isn't it possible for us to take advantage of economies of scale? Equipment that both are likely to be using, or if we are to be looking at brands, for that particular brand, if we went to that brand, we can take advantage of economies of scale. And so it's a comprehensive thing that will have to be done. And it's not also just about what is going to the soldiers. If we are able to reduce the amount that we spend on maintenance, and it will be a paradox that if you do the maintenance more frequently, you are likely to spend less in the long run than to allow the equipment to get to terrible states before you say that maybe you are going to ensure that maintenance is done. And so give us the opportunity to serve, and we will look at peace support operations comprehensively and put before Parliament, because it will be an international agreement. New ways that we can take advantage of the PSO program to generate the needed income for our nation, to motivate our troops, and also to equip our country for us to be able to protect our territorial integrity.
Thank you. Any further question?
Yes, Mr. Chair, no follow-up but a further question on this. So the military seeks to go through some very regimental training and activities. And there is also the likelihood of an emergence of a post-traumatic stress disorder and other related health issues. So there are health concerns here. as a medical practitioner, do you have any plans, ideas as to how to help them not go through all this stress and health challenges? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. When I met the generals and the colonels for the briefing ahead of this vetting, when we got to the health aspects, one of them reminded me of my days with the military. You can be rest assured that we will look at health in the comprehensive way that it must be looked at. The social determinants and everything. And veterans in particular, there are some of them who still are going through a lot. I have 2 veterans in my home, my dad's side. And I remember growing up when the stories were being told. I remember very well. One of them even was shedding tears when it got to a point how a colleague was just killed during operations. So be rest assured that post-traumatic stress disorder, not just that, even before that, even before they encounter these trauma, there are some of them who may even have all kinds of conditions. Just that mental health in general in the country has not been given the right attention that it deserves. We will work together with the Ministry of Health to ensure that the programs that are being organized, the training, Ministry of Education, more of such doctors are trained. It is when you have more in the system that you can also have some for the military. Whilst waiting to train more, we will leverage on the existing practitioners within the mental health space to also assist them. And it's not just about mental health, it's a comprehensive thing, because the social determinants of health just will go beyond what just mere disease and ailments are calling on us to be doing for our troops.
Other question?
That's so, Mr. Chair. Honorable nominees, so how do you intend to deal with the growing threat of cyber attacks? And what steps are you going to take to enhance Ghana's cyber defense, especially in the light of our own situation? That in the very recent times, I've seen that what we used to have as the domain name, the official domain name of the presidency, has now been changed from presidency.gov.gh to johnmahama.org.
I'm not Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I'm not aware of the change that was alluded to. And since I'm here answering, I will not be able to check. But I'll say that I sit at the intersection between traditional security and also what happens in the cyber space. And that is perhaps one of the advantages that I'll bring to the ministry if approved by the committee and by Parliament. As a former Minister for Communications, I've had detailed interactions, deep discussions with people who know the galactic network very, very well. In fact, I've had the opportunities to interact at very high level with the inventors of the internet. Somewhere 2014, 2015, when 12 people were being selected to go and discuss the future of the internet, I was one of the people. We went to Brazil to discuss it at the level of the ITU. That was when we began calling cyber attacks, particularly on nations, as a David and Goliath kind of war, where you don't have to have too much weapons, too much ammunition, but you can deal with a powerful nation.